Tonight, the family of a former Fisk University basketball player can look forward to getting justice for their son.
5 months after Andre Bell was killed in a shooting, Metro Police arrested 2 suspects. Jordan James has those details and how his teammates are now remembering him.
The death of Andre Bell shook the entire Fisk community. Months after his passing, Metro Police have arrested who they believe to be his alleged killers.
2 teens are facing charges for the murder of Andre Bell. The beloved Hooper was gunned down after volunteering at a gymnastics event with teammates in January.
He never gave anybody a problem. Ever. It was the nicest dude you ever met.
Authorities identified the suspects as Braden Carter and Demarion Coleman. Detectives alleged that Carter was jealous about the players talking with his girlfriend who's on the gymnastics team, so the duo opened fire, leaving a void in his teammates' lives.
It was definitely hard because, like I said, he just brought that energy to the locker room, just being fun, loving, kind person, so it was definitely hard with us.
It was amazing light. My parents told me when I get to college it would be the best times of my life and you'll meet the best people of your life, and Andre was one of those people.
Cell phone data and other evidence led to the teens being arrested this week. They face charges ranging from first-degree murder to weapon charges, an outcome bringing a small sense of relief for loved ones. In a statement to WSMV4, Bell's family said in part, quote, "While this development brings a measure of comfort, it does not erase the pain, shock, and heartbreak our family continues to carry." A sentiment also shared by teammates.
It still doesn't bring him back.
Still reeling from tragedy.
And he's getting his rest now.
Months later. Reporting in Nashville, Jordan James, WSMV4.